little technical difficulty. Okay, in the Hind now. Main thing on the Hind is the rotor speed. That is this gauge right here. Keep that at 90 or above. Man, in this thing, rotor speed is life. That's why you're all having problems stalling in the Hind, because you're not watching your rotor speed. And in some cases, you're going to have to pull out a collective to get that rotor speed back up. Also, obviously, the descent and climb. This is another one of those that's really important. Man, never go above about 2.5. I mean, obviously, emergencies are emergencies. You might have to on a landing, but just know that the higher you go above 2.5, the higher your chances are that you're not going to stick that landing. So then, the other thing about the Hind that is a game changer. Over here, top left, if you look at that diamond, you want that thing right about here on takeoffs and landings. It's always got to be there on a landing or a takeoff. You know, all these videos talk about it on the takeoff, but they never talk about the landing. That has to be in this position when you're landing. You can trim it, you can do whatever, but when you're landing, you have to keep that over here. It's the only way the helicopter is going to be level, because of the way the airflow and everything. This helicopter just likes to go sideways, and the airflow is a little bit odd. And you have to keep your cyclic over here to keep the ship itself level. So anyway, we're gonna do a little bit of trim. Put that over here and take off. Wheels up. Now we'll get going. The other thing that's very important about the Hind is the nose always has to be down. If you put the nose up in this, I promise you every time it's going to shoot right up. So especially when you're doing turns, we're going to go in here, pull out all your trim, no trim. Come in, nose down, nose has to stay down. Go way up on our collective. See, we're just ballerina, no big deal, NBD. Out of collective, out of collective, out of collective, out of collective. Now we're neutral. And we can just rotate, NBD. But yeah, this plane this ship always has to be nose down. If you get into a fight and you forget that, you're going to shoot that nose up and get into trouble. Yep, see, look, our rotor speed, nice, 90 or higher. That's right where we want to be. All right, let's do some more racetrack stuff. That's the thing that you want to keep in mind. Nose down, and you want to use a lot of that collective. So rudder, rudder, rudder. Pull out a collective on this one. Now rear end's coming around. Now collective, collective, collective. Now we're going to go back to neutral. See how we kept our nose on the area? All right, more collective. Pick up speed. All right, now we're coming back to neutral on the collective. When I say neutral, I just mean level flight. Alright, we're flying around, doing our thing. Now we're gonna nose down. Collective, collective. Oh, a little bit wide. More collective. Come back around. Yeah, this right here is just helicopters are all about collective. Rudder, rudder, collective, collective. Pull out. Jerk the nose back. More collective. Out. collective. Pull out the collective. Just whenever you need to get that nose straight, that's when you're going to have to pull out of the collective. More collective. Pull out. More. There we go. And sometimes when you're turning, you'll weirdly, especially in the hind, you'll have to pull out to get the rear end coming around. And then you can come, look, you can come all the way around, flying backwards. Going collective a little bit to get that nose straight, see? And then the hind can be a lot more maneuverable than you might think it would be. It is a big beast, but you can actually get it to do a lot of things. Pull out a collective, a little bit in, pull out, a little bit in, pull out, in, straighten that nose back out. Yeah, see, that was ugly. It's alright. But yeah, you'll get used to whipping that nose around on it. Now, obviously, I recommend they're all a little bit different. So if you're flying the hind for a while, fly it for a while and practice these maneuvers. If you're doing the MI8, fly that for a while. I'm just all in the past 30 minutes. I've been flying the hind, the MI8, and the Huey, and they all react differently. So it's kind of throwing me off. I can do a lot better whips and keeping my nose on normally. But yeah, that's the main gist of it. The other thing I'm going to show you, I'll show you too on the landing here. Let's see if we can stick this or make me look stupid. Alright. Gear down. Alright, see, we're just keeping our speed up on the rotor. Yeah, and also, any helicopter when you're landing, don't just drop the pitch there, the collective. Even when you have the wheels on the ground, slowly reduce the collective, because what'll happen if you drop it too much, you'll barely be on the ground, and then the copter will just pancake the rest of the way onto the ground, and it'll break something, or it'll tilt off to one side. Yeah, if you do a so just down, 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 stop. You do that, that'll really, really smooth out a lot of your landings. Lastly, on a lot of these helicopters, we'll have to quit here. If you want, go into your options here. Oh, what the crap, man. Alright, so let's go to special. This is like the hind here. I have mine set up for joystick without springs, and most of you won't have that. But anyway, what you want to do is central position trimmer mode. If you set it to that, one thing that's going to really help is you won't have that sudden adjustment when you hit the trim button and you're a little bit nose down or a little bit sideways and the whole copter just jerks. If you do that in central position trimmer mode, whenever you hit the trim, it'll actually the ship will adjust, but until you put your stick back in the neutral position, it won't give you back control of the helicopter, so that way it's very smooth when you're doing your trimming. You won't have that jerking up or jerking down or left or whatever whenever you do the trim. So try that, put it in the central position mode. I'm going to keep mine in the without springs, but try that, and I think you'll find your Helo experience will be much better. All right, guys, well, that's going to be it. Y'all have great flights, and we'll catch you later.